Donald Trump's going to lose Prop 50. Trump, you're going to lose Prop 50.
That is California Governor Gavin Newsom. Here on The Story Is a little bit earlier. Here to react to that and more is our panel. Gloria Allred is a progressive attorney, one of the best-known women's rights attorneys in the world. Larry Elder is the host of Larry Elder Show on Salem News Channel, and he ran against Governor Gavin Newsom, was the leading vote getter in the recall election against him to potentially replace Governor Newsom. Welcome to you both. Thank you for being our first panel.
Thank you for having us.
You know, I love you both, and you love each other. So this is nice to have you both here tonight.
It's more of a love-hate kind of thing between Gloria and me. But,
Larry had said in the break that he didn't think I could love a black man. So, but I want to know, Larry.
Actually, what I said is you have a thing for a black man. This one.
Here's my question: are you black?
Well, the LA Times called me the black face of white supremacy. So you tell me.
All right, was it
already off the rails?
We're off the rails.
Already off the rails.
Just doing intros. So, Larry, there was a lot to unpack in that Gavin Newsom interview. Yeah. I can only imagine what was going through your mind. What stood out to you?
What stood out to me is the amazing ability of Gavin Newsom to divert attention from the awful job he's done as governor. If I were the governor of a state with the highest unemployment rate in the country, which California is, highest gas prices, highest electricity prices, most homelessness, huge gap between the rich and the poor, people leaving California who make twice as much money as those who come. The reason that's important is because the number one source of revenue of California is the state income tax. And people like Elon Musk, people like Stallone, people like Dave Rubin, Ben Shapiro are leaving, meaning that the tax base is going to be even smaller. Our budget is a disaster. Fire management is a disaster. Water management is a disaster. If I were Gavin Newsom, I'd be talking about what they're doing in Texas as well. California is rated by CEO Magazine the worst state in which to do business. Texas, Florida, the best. So if I were Gavin Newsom, I would divert all my attention I could for something like Proposition 50. Do your job, Governor, here.
What did you make of what he had to say?
I don't know about Larry, but I happen to love California. This is my home. I want to stay here. I think that Governor Newsom is right. The polls show that the majority of the people in California are going to vote for Prop 50. Let's talk about what Prop 50 is. Prop 50 is named the Election Rigging Response Act, and it's a response to Trump's pressuring certain governors, Texas being the first, Governor Greg Abbott, to redistrict so that they will take over certain Democratic congressional districts in order to get more representatives in Congress who are Republican. Why is he doing it, President Trump? Because he's afraid he'll lose the House election in 2026. So Governor Newsom has decided we should have Prop 50. The majority of Californians agree with him because we want to take back our power and we want a fair possibility of winning the House.
Larry, do you think that this is an election rigging response? And do you support Prop 50?
Of course I don't support Prop 50. What he's doing is trying to counteract what they're doing in Texas to divert attention, as I said, from his lousy job as governor. The average price of a home in California is twice that of the national average.
But do you... I make that point to his face later in the interview. We can get into that. But in terms of the merits of Prop 50 itself, do you think what happened in Texas was right?
By law, Texas can redistrict in the middle of a decade. By law, they can do that. California in 2008 and again in 2010 took the whole gerrymandering thing out of the hands of politicians and put them in an independent commission. At the time, Gavin Newsom publicly supported it. Now, all of a sudden, because he hates Trump, he has Trump derangement syndrome, now we're reversing what he used to say was good, clean government. This is nonsense. We have 52 seats in the House altogether in California. 43 of them are already held by Democrats, even though California 40% voted for Donald Trump. This will make it 48 seats out of 52 seats. So Republicans are already getting screwed in California. They'll be screwed even more after Prop 50 passes. It's not fair.
I'm just going to tell you that millions of Californians have marched in the No Kings March. And now that they have marched, now the people across the country have marched, we're going to translate the marches into votes for Prop 50 in our state. And now many other Democratic governors have agreed they're going to do that. More pressure is being put on Republican governors all across the country to do it. Here's what matters. Vote. November 4th. I brought my ballot with, we've got to vote on November 4th. And that's the way we show that we are taking our power back. We want a fair election next year in 2026, and we want another full and fair election in 2028 as well, Alex.
But doesn't it feel a little bit unfair, this idea that two wrongs don't make a right?
A little bit unfair?
I mean, should a place like Huntington Beach be represented by a Democrat? Or a place like Corona be represented, or Norco? I mean, these are areas, shouldn't they have representation for themselves?
What we're doing is we're fighting back against an abuse of power by the executive.
By abusing power more?
It's not an abuse of power if people vote for it.
Yeah.
And they're going to vote for
Alex,
it.
once again,
and they're going to come out in big numbers.
What they're doing in Texas is perfectly legal for Texas.
But is it the right thing for Texas to do? I mean, should Texas be doing? Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
You mean politicians gerrymander to try to get power?
Well, right.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Barack Obama gerrymandered his state senate.
There's been a lot of
Barack
gerrymandering over the years.
Barack Obama gerrymandered his district in Illinois in order to make sure that he would not get challenged.
Yeah.
And then he comes out here and cuts a commercial for Proposition 50 because gerrymandering is bad. The politicians should not pick their voters, which is what he did in Illinois. Come on.
So let's talk about, Gloria brought up the idea of the No Kings protest. We saw all those people in the streets.
Yes.
Do you think, Larry, that Donald Trump is a king?
Let's see. The man has run 3 times. In my opinion, he got elected 3 times.
Oh, okay.
Kings don't run for election. Kings don't abide by court orders once court orders come down. It's ridiculous to refer to this man as a king.
It's not ridiculous,
It's absurd.
and I'll tell you why.
It's absurd.
Because, first of all, early in his new administration, a photo went up on the White House X site that showed him as a king
for crying
on
out loud.
a Time magazine cover with a crown on his head. He says he doesn't want to be king. He says he doesn't want to be a dictator, except on day one. Those were his words. So now he's
completely taken out.
Wasn't he kind of joking about both?
Completely taken out of context.
Yeah.
Like they always do.
Yeah, well, joking. The joke, I guess, is on us, but we're not going to live with an authoritarian regime.
What do you think of the sort of AI response of Donald Trump, literally posting a video of himself with a crown on in an F-16 dropping poop on peaceful protesters? I mean, do you think that's appropriate?
There was one that featured Gavin Newsom doing the same thing on the White House. So all these people are doing silly things. Why are you caring about that kind of stuff? I care about the economy. I care about the borders. I care about the stock market.
Yeah, here's why
I care about
it.
foreign policy. I care about what he's done to do the peace deal between Hamas and Israel.
Okay.
The man has had an extraordinary 9 months, and a bunch of silly Democrats are calling him a dictator and a fascist and a Nazi and the No Kings Parade, wearing all kinds of dinosaur suits. It's silly.
Larry,
What's your
tell you,
prescription for the
Alex,
economy? What's your prescription for gas prices?
All right.
For grocery prices? What are you doing about the borders?
Let me cut
What did you do the last 4 years?
Can I cut
Nothing.
right through this, or is this a
10 million
filibuster?
people coming into the country illegally.
Go ahead, Gloria.
So let me just say, I think it is the height of disrespect for the American people who marched, who have a First Amendment right to assemble and to protest, to have that photo of a plane, unloading feces on them. It is disrespectful, and it's meant, I think, to be disrespectful, and that's just part of the disrespect. And the voters are going to show respect for the voting process by going and voting for a fair election.
Real quickly, and then
So
we'll run out
referring
of
to
time.
Donald Trump as a fascist is not disrespectful.
I didn't call him.
I didn't say you
call
did.
him a fascist.
Well, Kamala Harris did.
Well, I might think it, but I didn't say it.
And Joe Biden called him. Joe Biden said he was semi-fascist. That's not disrespectful. But oh my God, he does a poop video. Oh my God, that's where I draw the line.
It's just
really.
I draw the line when we are faced with military in the street against American citizens. I draw the line when ICE is going and trying to catch a person selling tacos on the corner. When I see education funding being caught, when I see a shutdown of the government and people out of work.
Where were you the last 4 years? Last 4 years.
So
Open borders.
All right, we got to end this somewhere. Real quickly, though, a big part of what we want to do with this show is show that we can disagree agreeably. So, in one sentence, Gloria, what do you love about Larry?
I love about Larry that He talks more words in 1 minute than any other human being I've ever met. So
Larry,
I give you credit for that.
Larry,
I don't understand half of it, but I like it.
What do you love about Gloria?
Gloria, despite what people think, has a great sense of humor. She's a charming person and a very good dancer.
A very good
Thank you.
dancer,
Thank you.
and so
Thank
we
you.
all like to dance together.
Right.
So we really can't afford a lot of music, but we have a new theme song.
I hope
So
so.
we want to debut the Story Is theme
Let's
song.
hear it.
Hopefully you can hear it. We can play it, and as we go to break, I don't know if you can feel that beat. You kind of like it, right? There we go. Larry Elder.
Gloria has more soul than she can
Thank you so
control.
much. We'll be right back.